Is EnderMagnolia playable on Steam Deck? Yes. Do you want it to play on your Steam Deck? Well, that depends. I'm Dan Opus, and this is Decked Play, the channel where we play PC games on Steam Deck and see how well they run, and if the game's even good enough for you to want to run it in the first place. This is a sequel to the badass Metroidvania, Lilies, and am I happy as shit they made this game. I'm even happier about the fact that it's better in every way. But, does this game run on deck? You can play at 90 FPS. Yes, you heard that right. It's not very often you can play a modern day PC game on Steam Deck running at 90 FPS, especially with the graphics this game has and the beautiful art style. I was expecting this game to run at 45 FPS at best, but this game, just like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, is another example of it's not the Steam Deck, it's the developers, and if they want to make the game compatible with the Steam Deck. This game nails the compatibility. But how does it play? Well, if you like Metroidvania games, it's going to be really hard not to like this game. In fact, it'd be a lot easier to take a shit while doing a handstand. Not only is this game cream of the crop in the genre, but it also innovates it. It adds new elements, starting with the map. In Metroidvanias, there's a tradition. Beat the shit out of a boss, get a new ability, and spend like 10 hours trying to figure out where the fuck you're supposed to use it. Well, in this game, they don't hold your hand, but they make it pretty obvious where you're supposed to use each ability you get to progress through the game, which is a breath of fresh air. Because one of the worst parts about Metroidvania games for me is trying to remember where the fuck I'm supposed to use a certain ability. Listen, I get that not all of you are potheads, so it's a little easier for some of you, but some of us don't want to have to fucking take out a journal and write down notes and memoirs of where the fuck we've been and what the fuck we saw in each room, so that way when we kill a certain boss like 5 hours later, we know where to use that ability. Anyway, on your map, when you come across an item, it automatically gets marked on your map. So if you can't reach an item even though you can see it, or you know it's there, it's behind some shit you can't reach, your map will automatically mark it. The game does it for you. It's like, thank you, now I can have more time doing the shit that's actually fun. Like exploring new areas I have to eventually come back to get 100% on. Sometimes, you just gotta relax and listen to the soundtrack. Now, if you're wondering, what is this game about? In this game, you play as a child that can purify these creatures, right? And you fight these bosses, you beat their ass, then you purify them, and they join your side. As you can see, I have this Valkyrie-looking person that's using a sword. I'm controlling that. I'm also controlling the person that just did that Falcon Punch, right? So you can combine multiple attacks simultaneously, which makes this combat system probably the best combat system in any Metroidvania, right? But the game is very, 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 very high on difficulty. Normal mode on this game is like hard mode on a normal Metroidvania game, and hard mode in this game is like hard mode. Look at this fucking rat. Look how much he took away. Are you fucking kidding me? It's fucking bullshit. And that's a very fast enemy. Imagine a slow enemy. They fucking one-shot you. This guy isn't optional. You have to fight him. It's like,
if you're gonna play, you gotta be hardcore.
Sure. Well, you can change the difficulty whenever you want when you go to a rest spot. So, that's a cool feature. You get certain rewards for higher difficulties and more experience, more parts you can use to create shit. So yeah, you know, you can change the difficulty how you see fit. If there's an area that's too easy, you can make it harder, which never fucking happens. If there's an area that's too hard, you can make it less harder. But like I was saying before, each boss spirit you get to summon, they get all different types of abilities. Like the sword chick gets a sword and a scythe and a hammer. Well, the way that works is you fight mini bosses, and then you take their souls and you fuse them with the boss souls, and it allows you to use different techniques with the people you summon. This may sound like it's been done before in other games, but it hasn't, not like this. It's very hard to explain unless you play the game. It's like you're a summoner, and each boss you purify, you can allocate to a different button, and you can summon these different creatures simultaneously to pull off combos. Think of it like Valkyrie Profile,
To my side, my noble Einherjar.
where you had an Einherjar allocated to each button. Box, triangle, circle. It's like that in this game, except it's a Metroidvania. One thing I don't like is that you can't aim with the right stick while shooting. This causes problems because you can't move in the opposite direction that you're shooting in. Anyway, let's move on to the puzzles. This game is full of puzzles, as you would expect from a Metroidvania. It's no Ori, where most of the game relies on puzzles, but there are a fair amount, and some of them really stick out. Very cleverly done, makes you feel intelligent for completing them without a guide. Just very thought-provoking. Not too overly complex or ridiculously fucking cryptic. The fuck, die already. Just challenging enough to make you think, but not too fucking outrageous that you have to actually look up a guide, which is great. Where the fuck you come from? Well, not every puzzle is great. There is one where you're in a forest and you can get lost pretty easily, even though you have a map. And despite having a map, nothing in this game prepares you for the boss battles. Alright, I'm here to get revenge on this motherfucker. This guy is the guy that one-shotted me before, but he can't one-shot me anymore. The bosses in this game can be pretty fucking challenging, especially the first time you encounter them. You can go back and fight them using these memories that you collect. And in exchange for beating them again, you get these points you can use to unlock artwork and shit. So, I mean, if you want, but me personally, like, fighting them once was enough. They're fun, it's just not, I don't know. They're not too bad. They're not the most memorable bosses. You know, I forgot the first like 3 bosses until I fought them again in the memory chamber thing. But anyway, that's my opinion. So far, I haven't beaten the game yet, but I got pretty far, so who knows? Maybe there's gonna be a boss that makes me shit myself, you know. But after that one guy one-shotted me, I don't think anything can really top that. I think that's like God tier in a game, getting one-shotted, right? I don't know. One thing I can say for certainty about the game is it's one of those games that get better and better the more you play it. Not just because you get a hang of the controls and shit, which makes the combat even better. Also, because there's just more mechanics to unlock as you play the game. The experience just changes over time. Would I recommend this game on deck? Yes. No fucking doubt. It's a perfect game for Steam Deck. It's a Metroidvania and it's great. Those are like the 2 best things on the Steam Deck. If you like this video, a playlist is about to pop up on your screen. And your phone will snitch on me whenever I upload if you subscribe. Okay? Thank you for watching Dex Play!